And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. The shooting death of a 9-year-old is fueling unrest in Iran. Citizens have been protesting against the government for more than 2 months, with growing support happening around the world and right here in Houston. Activist Donya Ziraksari joins us here on The Factor Uncensored to talk about it. I mean, it started with a hijab, and now a child is dead. What happened to this child?
His name is Kian, and he's from Ize, and I have his picture right here. And he's a very talented kid. And what happened is that he was in the car with his mom and dad, and they were going home just on a regular day. They get stopped by the police. They get rerouted to use a different street, and that street was filled with armed police, which they fire towards the car. 4 bullets penetrates his body, and he's dead on the spot. His father is still in the hospital. Just a tragic situation.
And of course, we have the individual who died, which sparked all of this for not properly wearing her hijab.
Yes.
Not wearing it, but not properly. But you guys have been active both there and here in the United States. Also in Houston, you have a group of people going to New York. Tell us about that.
So there is a list of demands that we're taking to United Nations tomorrow, and there is a protest that has been asked by the families of Bloody November in 2019, that 1,500 people that got killed in Iran 3 years ago, and the families of the surviving families of the flight 7, I believe it's 752, the Ukrainian plane that was shot down by the Iranian regime in January of 2020. They have asked the global community to come out and protest and stand with the Iranians and ask for this is a revolution. We are asking for a regime change. So that's what we're doing in Houston.
Give me a couple of the demands that they will be asking at the United Nations, maybe 1 or 2.
Legal pursuit of human rights violators from the past 44 years in Iran, and immediate release of all political and ideological prisoners. Assembly of a special meeting by UN's Human Rights Council to address clear violations of human rights in Iran, and formation of independent fact-finding commission to investigate the atrocities. One more, let me just tell you, this is very important. Immediate expulsion of Islamic Republic of Iran from the United Nations Commission on Women.
Now, what are we hearing from the United States government? Obviously, this is a tenuous situation that they are careful from getting involved in, but are we seeing any reaction from leaders here in the United States voicing their opinion about the atrocities that we're seeing in Iran?
No, and we do have a list of demands from them as well, from both parties, from our state and federal representatives. One of them is immediate removal of all Iranian ambassadors and diplomats from all countries. The other one is immediately register and confiscate the property and assets of the Iranian officials and their dependents abroad who have played a role in systematic corruption, oppression, imprisonment, torture, and killing of defenseless people.
What do you think it will take for world leaders to hear you guys?
I think joining our...
We have the death of a child now, and still... nothing.
There is actually over 60 children that have been killed in the last 9 weeks. Over 16,000 people. Last time I was here, it was I think I said 14,000. Now it's 16,000 because of all the protests that have been happening, fueling this revolution in the last 3 days.
In the last 30 seconds you have an event here in Houston.
Yes.
Tell us about that in the last 30 seconds.
Tomorrow, 2 p.m., I ask everyone to join us, 2 p.m. at Sam Houston Park. November 19, tomorrow, 2 p.m., we're going to have that. And then we're organizing a Ukrainian joint protest as well in December.
All right.
Thank you so much for having us.
No problem. And thank you.
Thank
and continue to keep us updated.
Thank you.
Always good to see you, ma'am. Still ahead here on The Fact.